guys. All right, what you? Number one guy. Hold on. There's one guy. We ain't but one guy. It ain't but one guy keeping him away from him. That's Terence Crawford.
Time.
Raw, just looking at the landscape now, I'm sure that everyone's been calling you out now. The fact that
No, they haven't. They haven't. That's the thing. Not too many people have called me out.
When I took it serious, and I was like, this what I'm going to do. I wanted to be. I said, I'm gonna be great in the sport. I'm gonna be the best. I'm not in here to be, just a competitor. I'm not in here to be just one of the other guys. No, I want to be the best. I want to be the guy. So it hasn't. Nothing has changed. So the world get to see me face it, but I'm gonna rise even higher than I was before.
When the pound-for-pound king speaks, the boxing world listens, but what Terence Crawford said about Devin Haney is not normal hype or simple trash talk. It is a serious warning that is making people question what will happen next in the welterweight division. Crawford knows how to break fighters at the highest level, and he has made his stance clear. He is telling Haney straight that stepping into the ring with Keyshawn Davis right now could be the worst move of his career.
47, you set your targets publicly on Devin Haney. #1 welterweight by ring, most estimations right now, champion. Why is that? Why Devin Haney? And you have half the amount of professional fights he has. Do you think that's something? There's enough in it for him when he's.
I was 6-0 fighting people with 30+ fights, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
I don't mean it from that. What I mean is
stopping him.
Why is he
stop it? No, I'm playing. I'm playing, bro. Nah, why Devin Haney, bro? Honestly, because he's a star. He's a superstar.
You're asking that question. I felt like that's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out. Guaranteed. I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though. You do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro, but we talking business right now.
This is not just him protecting someone he once guided. It is a real breakdown of a fight that could end badly. Crawford is not saying Haney lacks skill. He is pointing to a bigger issue that Haney body may not handle the pressure Davis brings. This is a clash of experience and hunger, and according to Bud, that experience may not save Haney from getting knocked out. Now the focus is shifted from who is better to whether Haney chin can handle those punches, and fans online are split.
Honestly, just my confidence in myself. I knew God put me in this position for a real reason. Honestly, from the very beginning, from me changing everything around me and just coming into this fight, I knew I was in this position for a real reason. And just coming into the fight, I knew I was confident. I knew I was going to win in convincing fashion, honestly. And it just showed up that way, honestly. And it's crazy because, I was telling my team, I always dreamed to have a 12-round last minute stoppage. I always dreamed of that. You know what I'm saying? So for my first fight coming back off of this long layoff, man, it's nothing but God for sure.
Now looking deeper into why Crawford is concerned, the details matter. His main point is about a hidden issue in boxing, the weight cut. He explained that even though Haney has strong skills and high fight IQ, his recent weight changes may have weakened his punch resistance. We already saw hints of this in his fight with Ryan Garcia, and Crawford believes the problem is still there. He also said the speed and sharpness Haney depends on looks like it is slowing as his body keeps dealing with weight pressure.
You go back to the drawing board and you're trying to figure out, where did I go wrong? And I couldn't figure it out. I fought a guy who did everything wrong leading up to the fight. It mean doing everything right. Great team, great coaches, great game plan. It's just hard to beat somebody when, they doping. We seen a different Ryan Garcia than we seen leading up to the Tank fight. It was just a totally different. Me, I'm not having no sex. I'm not doing nothing. I'm getting my rest, doing everything. How can that determine the outcome of a 12-round fight? And then when the PD situation came out, that's when I was like.
Now compare that with Keyshawn Davis. He is not just winning, he looks like he is on another level. Crawford said there is a special power that comes from a young, hungry fighter who has not been drained by years of weight cuts. His message is clear: Haney may be more skilled, but if his chin cannot take Davis' power, then those skills will not matter. It becomes a case of hitting hard, but not being able to take shots. If Haney thinks he can outbox Davis for 12 rounds without damage, he could be walking into danger.
What's the situation with you and Dev?
Yeah, I never fuck with Cuz.
Why?
Because Cuz never fuck with me.
On what tip?
Bro, it was times where me, I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney, and we
24 fitness, playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And nigga just never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like nigga never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. And like he just never gave me my respect.
He sunned you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bitch ass nigga, you know goddamn well, nigga. Now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. Fuck are you talking about? And he's still like, his father used to, it's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh shit, the businessman. What's up with you? Like, dap me up.
My man.
And,
so you always was the businessman.
And Dad was keep his face forward and like, dang, I can't get no pat. Like, nigga, we African American. You can't show me no type of love.
The tension grew right after Davis stopped Jermaine Ortiz winning was not enough. He wanted to send a message. As soon as it ended, he called out Haney, which caused a huge reaction online. Davis knows that to be the best, you have to beat the best. And right now, Haney is his main target. But anyone thinking Haney will stay silent is wrong.
Just more of my natural self, more of who I really am. And in past fights, you guys see me, as a more of a shell of myself, because I was killing myself to make the weight. I feel a lot better, feel a lot stronger, and I'm excited for it.
Who you see as your partner that would be a super fight? Floyd had Manny, Sugar Ray Leonard had Tommy Hearns. I mean, you was linked to Tank for so long. It looked like that's never gonna happen, but
yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that fight happening. I don't see that fight ever happening. But still, guys like Shakur, still got Ryan Garcia. It's a huge fight. It's a lot of guys coming up. They make a new guy every day. We got Abdullah Mason, we got Kermel. It's young guys coming up, and I see them.
Haney responded fast and did not take it seriously. He reportedly said, "Send the contract and let's make it happen," showing full confidence. A viral clip also showed him shouting at Davis camp, saying, "All your team beaches. This is no longer just about titles. It has turned personal." Their tension has been building for years, and after Davis' big win, things are heating up. Haney is trusting his experience and almost laughing at the idea that Davis is a real threat, but before calling Davis the next king. There is another side. Not everyone was impressed with his win over Ortiz, and some big names are slowing the hype. Floyd Schofield also spoke out, saying the referee may have stopped the fight too early, and Ortiz still had a chance.
He calls out Devin Haney, had a conversation with Bill Haney, says, yo, listen, if I stop Ortiz, I want your son. What's your thoughts on that, Keyshawn and Devin Haney?
I think it's a good fight. Y'all gotta stop asking me them questions about these fights. I think it's like, once again, whoever shows up, whoever wants to win. Like yesterday, all the fighters on that card who won, we seen, well, except Gerald Miller, but we seen the ones who wanted to win. And I think whoever wants it that night is gonna be victorious because both of them are skilled fighters, and both of them.
Everybody on this level could fight.
Yeah, so except whoever show up that night, I ain't gonna lie, but I think I favor Devin because Devin is the better boxer.
Mm-hmm. With the longer jab, technique-wise, style-wise, he has a longer jab. He just got a high IQ, being around Floyd Mayweather and them the same way. Keyshawn is around Crawford and Shakur and them. So I just really believe Devin got a higher IQ than Keyshawn, and different tools that will frustrate Keyshawn. Because Keyshawn ain't no brawler. He ain't gonna run in there and just knock Devin chin off. I don't believe. He's gonna try to box him, and that's where Devin is strong at.
This adds more doubt. Critics are saying if Ortiz continued, would Davis still look that strong, or did he get saved before things got tough? Even Roy Jones Jr. gave a warning. While praising Davis, he suggested taking more fights before facing Haney, saying there is a big gap between fighting a contender like Ortiz and a top champion like Haney. Moving too fast could hurt Davis' career early.
It's kind of a tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's going to be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now, but Keyshawn is different. So when you got a guy that's different, and that's why I also said that he's not just back, he's different. You understand me? So when you got a guy that has that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy, you can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or two before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's going to become to beat.
Just when it seemed the fight was close to happening, everything changed. Even after calling out Haney, it now looks like Davis will not fight him next. Instead, he's moving toward Lewis Crocker. At first, this feels like a letdown, like using a big name for attention, then choosing an easier fight, but Davis says it is a smart move for the future.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40 growing into that weight? That's a no.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us,
it.
Keyshawn.
To me?
That's good.
Let's see how hard I hit January 31st.
I like it.
Do you think you're already a bright enough star that he'd be willing to take? Because, you know, as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight?
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, he's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion, because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to the champion with the table, you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me. People know me. I can go to the UK and sell. Like, I can go anywhere and sell. My first main event, I sold 10,000 tickets. I sell, period. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's entertaining me, because I am a star. But when I come with that world title, whether I beat Dalton Smith or I go move up a weight and beat Lewis Crocker, once I come with them world titles, it's just a different story.
Yeah, I love the fight.
And I also feel like, you know, let the fight build too. Like, I'm not saying let it build all the way to 2028. You know what I'm saying? We can still fight this year. I really want to fight. If I can have it my way, I want to fight 3 times this year. So if I can fight another fight before I fight Devin, I feel like that makes a lot of sense for me.
Davis explained it is all business. Going into talks with Haney without a belt at 147 would put him in a weak position where he would have to accept any deal by fighting Crocker, and winning a belt he changes that he would have more power in negotiations and be treated as an equal. It is still risky. If he struggles or loses, the Haney fight could disappear, but if he wins big, then he increases pressure and makes the fight bigger and more valuable.
Now, Keyshawn is now 14 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. Devin is 34 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. So Devin got more knockouts than Keyshawn actually has fights. Devin is about 5'9", with about 72-inch arm reach. Keyshawn is about 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. Keyshawn has more power. Devin Haney has shown that he's a better pure boxer. I think Devin Haney's defense is better than Keyshawn's. After I watched Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz last night, I don't think and see Keyshawn Davis beating Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's going to control him with his jab, his distance, his range, and his counter punch ability. I think this is going to be the most skilled, talented fighter that Devin Haney has fought outside of Lomachenko. Right? Lomachenko is so accomplished, so skilled, so talented. But I just think that Keyshawn is bigger, has more power than Lomachenko, and just as talented and skilled as Lomachenko. I think Keyshawn is more skilled and talented than Regis Prograis and Brian Norman Jr., but they got more power than Keyshawn does. So I think Keyshawn is the package that people want to see Devin Haney against.
Now stepping back, this fight matters because the welterweight division is not as exciting as before. It once had all the attention, but now it feels slow and lacking energy. With top fighters moving up or staying inactive, the division has missed big opportunities and needs something fresh and exciting.
You know, I'm actually curious. I'm actually feeling so good. I'm wondering in the back of my head if I could ever, even just for fun, make a fight happen back down at 147, you know?
And popping now. There's a lot of guys there, a lot of big names.
Yeah, big names and no big punchers. So, you know, what Conor Ben is like, what, he's supposed to be the puncher now? Like, yeah, it works for me.
Ryan?
Big puncher?
No, Ryan's a big puncher.
Big puncher?
Yeah, his hook. If he catches you with the hook, you don't come up.
47?
Well, he's fighting at 47.
But you consider him a welterweight puncher?
You'd probably have more nuance to that. No, I remember.
Boots Ennis. You got.
No, Boots is at 54. Boots at 54.
No, but where was he?
He was at 47, yeah.
Where was he world champion at?
47, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you think Ryan's got a bigger punch than that? Bigger punch than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when Ryan touches you.
No, when he touches lightweights, see?
Yeah.
He hasn't dropped real welterweights.
Okay, yep.
Is there even a real welterweight
that he's fought
in the welterweight division? I think Conor Ben's the only real welterweight left at 147. So this new welterweight game is lightweights moving up. Okay? There's no OG 147. And with that, I can't give Ryan the credit you're trying to give him.
Okay.
Yeah, with that.
How likely is it, though, with those names that you're like, 47 looks pretty good?
That is what Davis versus Haney could bring. It has everything. One side is the skilled technician, the other is the hungry knockout fighter. There is tension, different styles, and even the story of Crawford involvement. Boxing needs fights like this. It needs these two to face each other and bring life back. Crawford may be warning Haney, but fans want this fight to happen.